Hello and welcome to Outdoors and That. In this video I'm going to be running through how to use Trangia. These have been a staple stove of the outdoor ed and school industry across many different nations. So they are a liquid fuel stove, and in Australia we run them on methylated spirits. First thing you're going to do is undo the strap, and that pulls off around the side. Then you've got to put that somewhere. For me, I like to put it around my leg, and you can often get it twice around your leg, and that means that it's nice and out of the way. Right, then let's look at the components of these stoves. So I have a lid, opening up that. Inside I've got a simmer cap, the main burner, which has a cap on it as well, my set of tongs, a small pot and a large pot, and then our top section and our bottom section. Right, so first thing we're going to do is join these together, and there's 3 bulges around the sides and 3 notches in the bottom of the top, and I'm going to line up my bulges and my notches like that, and then give it a twist, and then I should be able to give my stove a shake, and they've connected up really well. On the base we see that we have some holes on here, and we want to put that towards the wind side. It's also got an extra hole if you wanted to run it on a gas butane bottle as well, but you need a different burner. Now, some of you may have noticed that I'm on my knees here, and there's a really important reason for that. If I'm cooking with a flame that's on and I'm sitting in a cross-legged position in front of my stove like this, and I get something splashed on, I have a shock, any kind of distraction, I'm going to get up really quick, and I just kicked my stove over when I did that. So in this way, if I get up and spill something, have a shock, etc., anything like that, I'm going to be hopping up away from the stove without disturbing it at all. First thing I'm going to do is get my burner, take the cap off that one, and in this case we're always going to take our burner to the fuel station rather than having liquid fuel around hot components or around my neighbour's stove, which also might be on. So I'll take this over here. Just a quick how to use this bottle. So these are the Trangia fuel bottles, and they have a safety system. So you need to unscrew the red cap first of all, and then you can see here if I tip it over it still doesn't let the fuel out, and then it's not until I push in on the end that I can dribble out my fuel. So I've got the burner sitting in the center of the stove there, and you can take the top off and light it and then put this on, but I find that it's actually easier to have it on and you don't have to try and twist or swivel something with the burner there. So here we go, got our match. Light that up, and sometimes it gives a little pop like that one did, and then we are away. Now with a methylated spirits, it can be hard to see the flame initially. Always be careful around the stove, even if it looks like it's not on or cooking away, it can be. Next thing is putting our pots on. So if I have my small pot, I want to make sure I've got some water in that before I put it on the stove, because it does heat up really quickly, being aluminium. Then I have my tongs, and tongs open like this, go over the side, and I grip it together. Then I can hold my pot, and I want to make sure that my little pot holders are flipped down to the inside, and I'll put that on like that. Now, to speed up our cooking time, we always want to use a lid, and my little trick for using a lid is to actually put it on like this, and that makes it really easy to get off and on again. Some people, you can put it on like that, but it can be difficult to get your tongs under the side there. So on top like that is good. Alright, so we can see my flame is going really well now. Close up there, you can see the flame is getting going, and it's wicking up through the little holes around the side of the burner. Right, so with the larger pot, that also sits in with the pot holders down like that. So that's how we can use that one. Then, if we want to fry something, we can flip up our pot holders on the outside and then put our fry pan on the top there, and away we go. Controlling the heat, we have our controller here. So this is going to limit the amount of airflow and available space for the flame, and so If you want to do a medium heat, then opening it right up, and that just covers those outside holes on the spirit burner. But if you wanted a real low simmer, this flame, although pretty warm, is actually okay to run your fingers through pretty quickly. And so the pieces that get hot are actually the metal components on the inside rather than running your fingers through the flame itself. So carefully place that over the top. And we have now just a little flame that we can simmer away with. Getting these soft can be a little challenging, and so grabbing in the side there, getting a grip on it, and then lifting it out is the way to go. So how do I put my stove out? I'm going to use this simmer cap and cover up the hole there so it's sealed in nicely, and then again I'll just place that over. It starves the stove of oxygen and we're ready to pack it up. So we've got our flame out. Now it is important to let this stove cool down. Our pots here, they're just the straight aluminium ones, but you can also get hard anodized aluminium, and these really are a great addition because when we look at our pots here, we see that they get black on the bottom sides as a result of the impurities in the methylated spirits and the bit of carbon that's associated with that. So the hard anodized ones are much easier to wash and to clean up. Really worth the extra 20 bucks to buy one of these. So my stove has cooled down. You can also let the burner just burn out, that's really good. Otherwise we will put our cap on like that, and that can go off to the side. Then here we want to undo the top and bottom. Bottom goes on the ground first, then flip out our internal bits. Then we've got our large pot, that's going to go in. Then our small pot, that's going to go inside. Burner and simmer cap, tongs, flip our lids in, that goes there. Then, always forget, but at least it's safe on your leg. We have our strap, and that's going to go down from the top side through the little hole, across the bottom, up the other side, and away we go. And you can see here there is already just a little bit of the charcoal on the top even after that 30 seconds. So using the hard anodized pots really helps to wipe that off nice and easily. Another tip on that is you can put a couple of drops of dishwashing liquid into the fuel in the center, and that can help to reduce the stickiness of that. So thanks for watching Outdoors with Nat. Please subscribe. If you have any questions, put them in the comments below, and have a great outdoor adventure.